So today I'm doing a makeup tutorial doing a basic bridal makeup. So I'm going to start by prepping the skin, especially on the eyelids, with the Sukin Micellar water. That just stops everything from getting oily and creasy. Then I always, when I do bridal, prep the lips with a lip balm or a lip conditioner like the MAC one. And I often put it on quite thick and then take it off at the end if we need to. So I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20 as a base for the eyeshadow. I just use a small amount and blend it out with a synthetic brush. And then I will set it with a translucent powder. Sometimes I'll use a paint pot as well, but today I was just going to use the concealer. So my favourite powder at the moment is the Mercier translucent powder, and I've just used that to set and keep the so it's easy for the eyeshadows to blend. Most of the eyeshadows I'm going to use for this look, and I use for a lot of my bridal looks, is from the Viseart palette. It's the Basics #1, I think it's called, palette, and they're all matte eyeshadows. I don't think they come with individual names, so I've used sort of a lightish sort of cream colour through the crease and just blending it up towards the brow bone. So next I'm going to go in with that sort of tan colour. It's very similar to Saddle from MAC, and I'm just going to go in the crease again but slightly below and blend that all together. I grabbed the slightly darker colour next to that last colour. It's a little bit more of an orangey base. And I've just blended that into the outer corner, just sort of making it all very soft. Using quite a big fluffy brush, that's a Morphe eyeshadow brush. I always prefer for bridal to do the eyeshadow first, and you'll see in a sec there's some fallout underneath from doing the eye makeup. So I prefer to do that before the foundation, so it's all fresh. There's that big fluffy brush. I think there was very little on that brush, and I was just using it to blend out. So I've grabbed, this is one of my other favourite colours. This is from MAC and it's called Folie. It's like an eggplanty plum colour. It's a matte shadow as well. I've used that just to deepen up the outer corner. You can see I'm like dipping in and out. I grab the smallest amount and just gradually build up the colour. So next I'm going to use the glitter glue from Too Faced, and I'm using that to put on the lids where I'm going to put the pressed pigment. There's a little bit of a shimmer glitter to this pigment, so whenever there's anything like that, I like to use a glitter glue to stop any fallout later on going onto the cheeks. Because I find often if you've got something glittery and you don't secure it really well with a pigment, with a base, you're going to get fallout. Just pressing that in with my fingers. I find fingers work best when it comes to these pressed pigments. And then I'm just getting a soft brush and my fingers, and I'm just softening off all the edges there. So next I'm going to take this chocolate colour from the Viseart palette, and what I'm going to do is use a small smudger brush and place that into the lash line. The reason I'm doing this is to create a base for the eyeliner that I'm going to put on later. So you don't have to be too neat, just smudge it all in and it gives a nice sort of soft, smoky effect. So now I'm going to use the Eye of Horus pencil. This one's in Smoky Black and it's a waterproof pencil. I love this pencil. I've just recently bought it and I've been using it all the time. It's a really nice deep black, really good for the waterline. And as you can see there, I did tight lining and now I'm just adding it to the lash line again and smudging it out. It's going to be a really nice base for the lashes when we put them on. For the foundation, I'm using a mixture of the Atelier Pro and the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I've just mixed two colours together to get the colour that I wanted. Just going to clean up underneath the eye from some fallout from the eyeshadow, and this is why I do foundation second sometimes. I'm just using that micellar water again that I used at the very beginning. Another recent purchase was the MECCA Max Illuminating Primer. I really like this. It gives a really pretty glow underneath and it does keep the makeup in place for quite some time. I've been trying it on myself as well and I quite like it. So I've mixed the foundation together on a palette and I've just applied with a brush and then started to blend out with the Beauty Blender. You've seen foundation applied a million times, so I've just sped a lot of this video up. I'm just pressing it into the skin and really bouncing it with the Beauty Blender. It makes it last a lot longer. One of my favourite concealers is the Dermacolor, the Camouflage palette. Amazing coverage, beautiful concealers. They do glow in the dark under black light, just a word of warning. And I'm placing that in a triangle shape under the eyes and just on the center of the forehead, slightly down the nose, lip and a little bit on the chin, just to even out the colour. You don't see it here, but I do press it in with the Beauty Blender and I have set it just lightly with some more Mercier powder. So then I went on to set the rest of the foundation just lightly with the, it was one of the MAC pressed powders. You didn't need a lot because the Face Atelier does not need any setting. I've taken a pencil brush and I am blending that underneath the eye with one of the deeper shades from the Viseart palette, the deeper of the orange shades. As you can see, I've also lined the waterline on Chelsea's eyes down the bottom. Taking a little bit of Folie as well and just deepening that lower lash line, blending that off so it's nice and soft. So today I'm using the Rimmel Volume Shake Mascara. If I was doing a real wedding, I'd be using a waterproof mascara. This mascara, you get the tube and you give it a shake and there's like a little ball bearing or something inside that mixes it and stops the need for pumping the mascara. So off camera I applied some lashes. Today I used the Ardell Demis. They're a really pretty lash. So now I'm just covering the lash glue slightly, or the line where the lash glue was, with the Inglot gel liner in number 77. And creating a little wing. I don't like doing too big a wing for a wedding. Now I'm doing a little bit of bronzer with the Hoola Benefit, and then I've sped all this up. The Softn Gentle by MAC as the highlighter. It's still my favourite at the moment. Now I'm using that big brush from Tarte to place some contour powder, and that one's from NYX. So just place it in and give it a little bit of a blend with that brush. I love this brush, it just makes it so easy. And I'll just come back and use it in a different direction just to blend off the edges. Mixing up a couple of colours from the Femme palette for some blush. They don't have any specific colour name on them that I can find, so it was just like a tawny pink and something with a little bit more of a beige tone to it. Taking the Mercier powder and just lining just underneath where the contour was, just to give it a slightly sharper edge. There's this cute little palette from Stila, and it's the colour Kitten, and it's a highlighter. It's one of those putty type products. So I'm just putting that on the inner corner of the eye just for a little bit of extra glow. Just a tiny bit of the Softn Gentle just under the arch of the brow as well. And of course, don't forget to get rid of the excess powder. Now I'm just going to line the lips with the Bare Minerals Borderline Lip Pencil, and then I'm going to use the Katy Perry lipstick called Sphynx, and that's a collab between Katy Perry and Covergirl. It's a really pretty bridal pink. And I don't know what my hair's doing there. It just keeps sticking out. That's so scary. It looks like something from a Dr. Seuss book. So then I'm going to use a Rimmel gloss, and this is just called Oh My Gloss, and it's the clear gloss with a disposable, of course. Now that's the finished makeup, and I'm setting with the Maybelline Master Fix setting spray. So now Chelsea's going to pop on some nails for me, which was really nice of her to do, and they're the French Finish by Glam by MECCA. I picked these up at Priceline. And that's the before and after. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this look, and subscribe if you want to see some more.